Hi everyone, how are you? It's Susan with Exit Real Estate Group. Today I wanted to touch on a topic where I get asked a lot of questions about from people who are trying to sell their homes. I get asked questions about whether they should use a realtor in selling their home or whether they should sell on their own to save the commission and net more money. So let me just touch on 3 key things that realtors do for you in selling your home, and so that you can make a decision as to whether you want to take on that extra responsibility. So the first thing that you want to take into consideration is the time that it's going to take to close a real estate transaction. Sometimes it could take up to 6 months to close on a real estate transaction, and there's just a lot of things that happen within those 6 months that could take up a lot of your time. So right now, if you have a full-time job, you want to ask yourself if you want a second job, because that's basically what it's going to be. You're gonna have to show homes on weekends, holidays, your days off, evenings, basically whenever it's convenient for the buyers, and not really you, because now you're really trying to sell this to the buyer. You have to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer. So that's one thing you want to ask yourself, whether you have the time to really take on this responsibility. The second thing you want to ask yourself is where you're going to find the buyers. Okay? Buyers normally, because they don't have to pay the realtor commissions, they're gonna use a realtor. And realtors want to do business with other realtors because they know what they're doing. They generally do not want to do a transaction with a for sale by owner, because honestly, if the for sale by owner does not know what they're doing, the realtor representing the buyer is going to have to take on that extra responsibility, and nobody wants to do that. So the other thing that, once again, that realtors do is gonna bring you buyers. And there are actually buyers who don't use realtors to purchase properties, but those are real estate investors. And you really have to ask yourself whether you want to deal with an investor, because they're great negotiators and they're always trying to pick up a bargain property, which will actually end up netting less money for you in the long run. So, second question to ask yourself is whether you want to net less money and deal with a real estate investor, or use a realtor and get a buyer who's willing to pay fair market value for your home. The third thing that the realtor is going to do is basically market the home for you, walk the buyer through the escrow process, and basically handle all the paperwork, contracts, disclosures, inspections that's required in closing a transaction. And marketing a home, for like majority of the buyers, when they search for a property, they search online, they search on the MLS. So if you're not using a realtor, you're going to have to find other means of marketing. And when you're marketing a home, you have to be not only consistent, but you have to be persistent. You have to do it on a daily basis or weekly basis until you find a buyer and you sell your home. And this means putting up open house signs. This means doing newspaper ads, posting on Craigslist, on Postlets. So it's just constant marketing if you're not on the MLS, and it could take a lot of time once again as well. So those are the 3, I think, key things that realtors do for you in selling your home. So once again, ask yourself whether you want to take on that responsibility or not. So I hope this was helpful to you in making a decision on whether you're going to do this on your own or hire a professional. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.